Hey, you right guys, Truth Munch's Joe here, and today we are going to be going through every single season of TV that I have reacted to or watched off camera this year and kind of ranking them from the worst to the best. I'm excited. I've got them all listed out here, and I think in total there were around 35 individual seasons that we reacted to this year. There might have been more because I haven't added certain ones. But yeah, it's been a good year for TV shows. There's been some disappointments as well, which we'll get into. And this isn't based on the show. This is based on the season that I have watched. And yeah, keep in mind, I know some of these shows are critically and more, in the public eye, going to be higher than other shows on this list. This is mainly just going from enjoyment, from how much I enjoyed the show. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but let's get along. As a side note as well, I've added You Season 2 onto here because I did start and I will finish this in 2019, but I have not finished the season yet, so I can't really judge on where it's ranking, but based on how it is so far, I'm halfway through the season and it's just as good, if not better, than Season 1. But yep, going from the bottom at number 34, I have Scream Season 3. Again, it was fun, but it just was not as good as seasons 1 and 2 for me, and I even showed in the reactions, I was just like, this is kind of garbage. It had some fun moments, definitely some funny moments in there, but overall, no, and I just kind of hope they leave it at that. We don't really need, unless they're bringing back the old characters from season 1 and 2, then I guess I'll be down for a season 4, or merge the two casts together, because someone suggested that. I thought that'd be kind of cool. But overall, season 3, Resurrection, just did not really do it for me. At number 33, a season of a show that I did not react to but watched off camera, was Big Little Lies Season 2, which was one of the first disappointments. Because with Scream, I didn't go in with high expectations, really. But Big Little Lies Season 2, Season 1 was so good. I binged the first season in one day last year, and then Season 2 just did not live up to it for me. I felt like there were some really great moments, especially towards the end of the season. The acting, just as well with Season 1, was phenomenal, but it just, I don't know, it kind of fell flat for me. Yeah, there was some storylines and even episodes in there that were just very kind of slow paced and plodding along. Should have stopped at Season 1, but you know they're going to do a Season 3 as well, so we'll see how that goes. Then at number 32, I have Black Mirror Season 5. The more I kind of think about Season 5 of Black Mirror, the more I don't want to say dislike it, because I don't dislike it. There are moments to be had in there, but to say we had 3 episodes and all of them range from to very it just, I don't know, it didn't really scream Black Mirror to me. It felt like they played it very safe, because Black Mirror does take kind of risky storylines, and that's what I really like about it, but Season 5 didn't really do that too much, it felt. At least in my opinion. So yeah, Black Mirror is unfortunately very low down this year, but hopefully they come back strong with Season 6. Then at number 31, a season that I did not want to be this low down, but I just have to do it, is Game of Thrones Season 8. Again, production, acting, all that technical stuff, editing was so good, and it always has been in Game of Thrones, but the story just completely fell flat. And I think the biggest crime against humanity is that this was the last season. They should have, everything was laid out on a silver platter. They should have just nailed it, and they completely dropped the ball. And when I was reacting to the episodes, especially like the first 3, so the first half of the season, I was like, yo, okay, I'm hyped, because you just think in your head like, oh, it's going to end so strong. We never, in our wildest imaginations, just thought that Game of Thrones would end so poorly, because all the seasons have been so good. Huge disappointment. The biggest disappointment in TV for me, actually, was that season. It's just so sad, because it was, at a time, my favourite show of all time, and now I just can't even put it in my top 5, just because of how it ends. I even said, if it was like a middle season, I think I would have let it slide, because it's like the middle season. It's like, okay, if it ends strong, then that's all you really need. Well, not all you really need, you need a good story as well, but yeah, they did not do that. So, yep, Game of Thrones Season 8. At number 30, I have Pretty Little Liars Season 5. Obviously, I did react to Season 6 as well, which is a bit higher up on this list. But yeah, Season 5, been with these characters for almost 3 years now, with reacting to, I think, for like 2 years and a half. And I'm almost at the end. As of recording this, I have 7 episodes left. I'm so close. But yeah, Season 5 had its ups and downs, but it just more downs than ups, I feel. And it's just, I know it's a ridiculous show, but that's why it's kind of low down, because there's characters like Hannah, who I used to love and just infuriated me. There were some good storylines in there as well, but say I think there's like 25 episodes. It did not need to be that long. Pretty Little Lies every season was like between 10 to 15 episodes. I feel like it'd be such a strong show, but you can tell it's kind of like dwindling with those 20 to 25 episodes every season sometimes. At number 29, I have 13 Reasons Why Season 3. It was good. Again, I'm not like Season 1, they should have ended it there. I've always said that even before Season 2 came out. I was like, we don't need more, because it's very obvious they were going to make more. And luckily Season 4, which I'm assuming will come out next year, is going to be the last season, which I feel like is a good idea. We just wrap everything up, get it done. We don't need any more of this show. But I've always kind of been on the middle. Like, I've never adored the show, apart from Season 1 I thought was really good. 2 and 3 though have just been kind of like like one of those things. But I'm also not on the side of people who really do hate the show. But this is one of those where I'm like, I can completely understand why people really hate this show. I do get it. But for me, it's like, it's fine. I just don't need more. And Season 3 was one of those as well, where the first half, as with Season 2, the first half was just slow with a couple of moments. Annie was the most infuriating character I've had to listen to for narration. I just could not stand that character. But it had some episodes in the second half more so that were actually really good. I think it's, again, like with Pretty Little Lies, it shouldn't be 13 episodes long. This is a season that should be like between 8 and 10, I'd say. If it's between 8 and 10, it actually would have been really strong, but no. At number 28, I have Shameless Season 1. Obviously, I reacted to Season 2. I finished Season 2 very recently this year as well, so that's a little bit higher up. But Season 1, it took me a little bit of time to really get into the characters. Basically, all of Season 1, it was just Fiona and Lip that I really liked. Obviously, that grew more into Season 2, where I started to like a lot more characters. I enjoyed it. I think there was a few storylines in there, though, that I just really did not vibe too much with. And because there are so many characters, it does have a lot of storylines kind of going on. But it was still really enjoyable. Like, I'd say from this point onwards, every season that I reacted to from this point onwards were actually good. It's just they had to be kind of ranked somewhere because they were all really good. At number 27, I have Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1, which I surprisingly enjoyed a lot, because a lot of people were saying Season 1 is like the worst season. You're going to hate Buffy if you judge it just from Season 1. And yeah, I'm sure it is the worst season. I'm not saying that's like a lie or anything, but I enjoyed a lot of the episodes. There were definitely some stinkers in there. To say it's like kind of episodic, Season 1's very episodic, where every episode it's like a different villain. But I got used to it, and there were some really fun ones in there, and then it ended very strong with the finale, and there were some golden ones in Season 1 as well. Obviously Season 2, and I'm near the end of Season 3 now, as of recording this, have been insane. It's like one of the best shows I've reacted to. I love it. But Season 1 was definitely kind of like a harder one to get into. But I'd say once we hit around episode 5, it really started to get into the stride of things, and the characters of Buffy really hold it up. I think Buffy alone is just a really good character. So at number 26, I have an anime. There's only 2 anime that I've actually, and 1 animated series that I've reacted to or even watched this year. I've been very bad with anime, but the first one was The Promised Neverland Season 1, which I reacted to on the Trophy Crunchers channel very early on in this year. And I really enjoyed it. I think there was definitely, again, a couple of episodes in there that were a little bit slower, but it was always building to something, which I really liked about The Promised Neverland. You could tell every episode, even though there was some that was slower than others, there was something in there that was leading to that finale, and then the last like 2-3 episodes just went in. And I'm very, very excited for Season 2. I really enjoyed, especially the finale. The finale was amazing. Top 25 now. We're getting to it. It's like I said, we were going to be here for a while, but Shameless Season 2, again, spoke a lot about Shameless, but Season 2 definitely picked up on more characters I enjoyed. I started to really like Ian as a character. Frank, even though he has definitely ups and downs, he had better storylines, I feel, towards the second half of Season 2. Yeah, I've got high hopes for Season 3, though. Everyone kind of says like Season 3 is where it really kicks into high gear, so I'm excited to jump into Season 3. I'm starting it this week, so that'll be fun. But yeah, Season 2 was definitely an improvement on Season 1, especially in the second half. The last 3 episodes were amazing. If the more of the season was like that, it would have been like a lot higher up, but the first half I felt was very kind of slow, and Sheila's story is still going on. I'm just like, ugh. Number 24, we have Love, Death and Robots, which is the animated series I was on about. Season 1. Season 2 of this, I believe, comes out next year, 2020. So I'm going to be excited for that. Though, again, this is a episodic TV show, so every episode is a different storyline, which I liked. It works for this show, and there's obviously different animators coming for every episode as well. So one of the exciting things about reacting to the show was you never know what the animation was going to look like, or the story, or anything like that, or the characters. And that leads to, yes, some bad episodes. There were definitely about 4 or 5 in here that were just garbage. Then there were some that were okay and good, but then you had some golden episodes. There were about 5 in here that were just insane. And again, the beauty of it is these episodes range from, I think, literally 4 minutes. There's like a 4-minute episode in there, and ranges to like 15 minutes. They're very easy to watch. At number 23, we have The Witcher Season 1. I've actually missed this show. I know from some of the things I said with Season 1, it would kind of feel like I didn't like The Witcher, but I really did. And I've tried to make that clear in the finale, because I did have a hard time with the middle portion of it. I felt like that was very slow. But it is a fun show. I felt like Henry Cavill did such a good job with Geralt. It was perfect. Like, the first time he opened his mouth and spoke, I was like, yo, he's nailed it. And even seeing interviews with Henry Cavill as well, you can tell he's such a huge fan of the Witcher series, with the games and the books as well, which really does help. Having an actor come in who's actually a fan of the franchise, I felt was really cool. So I'm excited for Season 2 for sure. I felt like Episode 8 was insane, ended very well with the finale, and the first 3 episodes were really good as well. But Season 2, I feel like they can just improve on some of the things that a lot of people have had flaws with as well. It's not just me, luckily. If it was just me, I'd be like, oh, I need to check myself and kind of re-watch it. But a lot of people had problems with like how the timeline was done. And it wasn't so much that there were multiple timelines, or that we didn't get a narration at the bottom saying, this is the timeline you're in. I don't need that. It's just, it felt very messy at times, storyline-wise. At number 22, we have Scam Austin Season 2. I need Season 3 of Scam Austin. It's still not been renewed. It hasn't been cancelled, but Scam Austin has not been renewed yet, which is just ridiculous to me, because Season 2 was so enjoyable. Again, just love the characters so much. I feel like all of the group in Scam Austin are so likeable. I don't know. I know it's not the same for everyone, but you could say that with every Scam remake. Oh yeah, and like I said, we better get a Season 3 and 4 of that. I'm just going to throw that in there. 21, surprisingly, I never thought this would be here or in any list, but Glee Season 1. I did not like this show when I first started to react to it, and even when I got back into the show, it took a few episodes. I was just like, because I did promise that I would do at least Season 1 of Glee this year, and we did it. And then by the end of Season 1, I was like, okay, yeah, the characters, it's not so much the story. The story is fine, it is what it is, but it's the characters that really, really hold this show together for me. And towards the final third, or the third of Season 2, and that's way better than Season 1. So Season 2 would actually be higher up, but I haven't finished Season 2 yet, so obviously can't rank it. But yeah, Glee Season 1, just a fun time. I think that's what it is with Glee. It's like, yeah, the storyline's ridiculous, and there's some moments in there in storylines that's a little bit shit, but every episode I just have fun reacting to it. And that's why I'm like, technically, yes, The Witcher is a better produced show than Glee. There's no doubt about that, but enjoyment-wise, Glee for me was just there. So number 20, we have Pretty Little Lies Season 6. Said what I need to say about Pretty Little Lies, but Season 6 was definitely better than Season 5, and I feel mainly because of that time jump they did, which a lot of people thought I would hate the kind of time jump, and that when it first came up I was like, yo, what the fuck. Once we got into those 10 episodes of the second half of Season 6, actually really, really good. I enjoyed the second half of Season 6. I felt like it was the best Pretty Little Lies had been in a long time. In Season 7 now, and Season 7 has been nowhere near as good as 6B has, but alas, we will see how it ends, but I don't have high hopes. Number 19, I actually forgot I reacted to this until I looked at the list, but The Society Season 1. This was one of those shows where I felt like the storyline was actually pretty cool. It had a really good concept going into episode 1, but it was the characters. I didn't connect to a character for about 5 episodes, which is bad, and that was also a problem with the show Dark, which is on this list, it's higher up. The storyline of Dark was way more superior than The Society was. Because The Society, I felt like you had that concept and it got it out of the way in the first episode, which is great, but then the other episodes from 2 to 4, it was kind of like, okay, I've got the idea of the concept, but now I really need a character to actually like, and there was nobody for me. Luckily, in the second half, I started to like quite a few of the characters, and by the end of the season, there was a handful of them that I actually really connected to. So again, season 2, as with The Witcher, I feel like they can really improve on some of the flaws I had with it. But again, just like Glee, I get that The Witcher and Love, Death, Robots are technically better than The Society, but I just had a lot of fun with the show, because if the storyline was bad, I would have dropped it in the first 5 episodes because I didn't have those characters, but it was enjoyable, so stuck around. Number 18, we have The 100 Season 6. Season 7 is going to be its last season, which... I don't know, I feel like it's one of those shows where every time they get renewed, I'm like, oh, okay, they're still going. But then I remember every season is so good. A show should keep going if, you know, the storylines for each season are still up there. And I feel like season 6 was no different. It wasn't as strong as some of the other seasons, for sure. And there were some moments in there that were a little bit kind of, you know, plodding along. And I said that in the reactions as well. But I get that. I think they're having to cancel the show because viewership is just declining of the show, and it has been for a while. So I do get it, but it is a bit of a shame. I feel like there's still more of a story to tell. But I feel like it could definitely end very strong with season 7. As for season 6, I loved the whole new planet idea. I thought that was really cool. New characters, and the storyline itself was different and enjoyable. That's what I just love about the 100. Every single season is something completely different to the last, and they don't, you know, play it safe, so to say. So I really enjoyed season 6, but fingers crossed for season 7. Don't do a Game of Thrones on me and end week, because it's been such a strong show. Very underrated show as well, actually, I'd say so. Number 17, we have Dark Season 1. Obviously reacted to Season 2 as well, that's a little bit higher. Season 1, the storyline to this show is insane, balls off the wall, I love it. Only flaw was those characters. Like I said, I did not connect with a character until maybe Season 2, actually. It took a long time. Smart show, you need to pay attention. Definitely need to pay attention. It's not one of those that you can just kind of have on in the background. You need to watch this show, and I loved it. So season 3 as well is going to be its last season, which I feel like is that's just so good, because it feels like they've had their story, they know what they're doing, they're going to wrap it up before it kind of drags out and gets ridiculous. At number 16, we have the other anime that I reacted to, which is Love is War Season 1. I loved it. Again, it was the first couple of episodes, I was kind of like, it's a romance anime, and I'm a sucker for the romance anime. And I was watching it like, oh, this is cool, this is enjoyable. But the 2 characters in this show just work so well. I literally fell in love with them, and I can't wait for season 2. I'm so happy it's getting a season 2, because I was kind of worried that it would not. Every episode is just kind of like something different, like these 2 characters trying not to admit that they love each other, and the shenanigans they kind of go on during those times. So check it out, it's a very easy watch for sure. And the last few episodes, again, were just perfect. So at number 15, we have a show that I did not react to, but oh yeah, I did react to Love is War as well on the Trophy Crunchers channel, so check that out. At number 15, did not react to this one, but Dead to Me Season 1. First episode, boom, just incredible. It's only 10 episodes, I think, and every episode just gets more and more insane. It's just so good. But the first episode, it hooked me instantly, and it was one of those as well where every episode ended and I wanted to jump into the next one. So Dead to Me, I've not seen many people talk about it. It did come out at the start of the year more so, to be fair, but it is getting a season 2, I believe, so I'm excited for that. But the acting, again, just incredible. I think it is quite a simple story, but it is one of those that it does keep you hooked all the way through. Like, you never really know what's going to happen next. At number 14, we have Stranger Things Season 3. Stranger Things still going strong after 3 seasons. I felt like this one was an improvement on Season 2, and I'm still undecided whether I prefer it to Season 1, because I like the simplicity of Season 1, but Season 3, it's like you just adore these characters, and I feel like the emotions are running high every episode. Billy Billy was like the sickest character. I loved him in this season. So Season 3, again, I still can't decide if I prefer it to Season 1, but I'm just excited for the 4th season. I heard somewhere that they had planned for 5 seasons, so I hope they stick to that. 5 seasons I feel like is a great number. Season 4, if it's just kind of like, oh, we've got the Demon Morgans coming again, help, then it'd be a bit like, okay, this is just a bit stupid now. So I don't know what they're going to do with season 4 to make it different, but I'll be there. I'll be reacting to it on day one, of course, so I'm excited. My only flaw with it is I felt like Noah, the actor Noah, was very underused in this season because he was such a huge part of season 2. And then this season he was just kind of like there, Will, instead of Noah, if you prefer. And he's like, I'd say he's the best child actor out of all of them, and he was not really in this season, which is a bit unfortunate. But hopefully they fix that with season 4. At number 13, we have Dark season 2. As I said, this was the season where I started to really appreciate the characters a lot more, and the storyline just enhanced everything. It was so good. At number 12, we have The End of the Fucking World season 2. I was a bit not unsure from the first episode. I just feel like it didn't start as strong as I wanted it to with the first episode. But I understand why they needed that first episode. It was to kind of introduce a new character, but it was like a whole episode dedicated to this character. But I'd rather that than kind of jumping into flashbacks throughout the first 4 episodes. I felt like that would have really stopped the pacing every like 5 minutes or something. So I'm glad they got it kind of out the way in the first episode, even though I didn't love it. But the rest of the season, amazing, really enjoyable. I don't want to spoil it, but just in case people have, I know it came out fairly recently, but I feel like we can just end it at season 2. We don't really need a season 3. And I think they said they are ending it here, which I feel like is such a great idea. I don't know if I prefer it season 1. Again, with Stranger Things, I'm a bit unsure on that, but overall, love the characters. Just very simple show, really enjoyable. Number 11, we have The Mandalorian season 1. Couple of stinkers in there in the middle, get that out of the way, but the rest of the show, so well done. It looks like a film at times. Like, it does not seem like a TV show. The finale was, I loved the finale, was the best episodes. I think I gave it a 10 out of 10. It was just incredible. So I love The Mandalorian as a character. Baby Yoda, what a boss. Yeah, season 2, I'm excited for, just going on more adventures. So yeah, like I said in the reactions as well, I'm not the biggest die-hard Star Wars fan, as people kind of got a bit annoyed at in the finale. And it's a Darksaber. I was just like, okay, cool. That's his number 11. Didn't quite make it into the top 10 for me, because now we are on to the top 10 TV seasons that I watched or reacted to this year. And the first 2 are ones that I did not react to, but The Boys season 1 at number 10. I watched these off camera and so good. I kind of wish I did react to it, but at the same time it was nice to just kind of lay in bed and binge. I think I did it in about 2 days. I think I did like 3 I think I did 2 episodes in the first night, and then the next day I think I did them all but the finale, and then I did the finale on the 3rd day. So very quick to get through this. And Homelander as a villain, what a boss. I think the characters grabbed me instantly with this. Like episode 1, there was quite a couple of characters that I just really got along with. So yeah, and they stayed strong throughout all of season 1, and the storyline was actually very good. I'm not kind of like Star Wars, I'm not the biggest superhero kind of fanatic, but this really worked for me, and I like that it kind of had a little twist on that superhero genre. So very good. I kind of wish I reacted to it, but I'm also glad that I didn't, because it's just nice to kind of chill out and watch it and binge it. At number 9, we have one that I reviewed very recently, but Don't Fuck With Cats, which is a Netflix documentary, 3 hours long, 3 episodes and 3 hours long overall. Very quick to get through. It's very hard to watch. I'm not like someone who's delved super deep into documentaries. I do want to watch more documentaries, but this one was, yeah, it's pretty brutal, but very interesting as well. And I think first episode especially, just really hard to watch. Well, actually the second episode. The third episode wasn't as hard to watch as the first 2, I felt, but yeah, it kind of makes me not want to jump into some darker documentaries, because you guys did recommend some on Twitter and the YouTube comments as well, but we'll wait and see. But in terms of like documentaries that I have seen, I think this is one of the better ones for sure. I did a full review for that as well, so go check that out on YouTube if you want. At number 8, we have Shadowhunters season 3, and this is the one where I was like, yeah, I know like The Mandalorian season 1 you can argue is way better than Shadowhunters, but these characters are so good. I adore every single character in Shadowhunters, and that is rare. That is so rare. And like I say, I've seen a lot of TV, but to say there is a show where like the main cast, I like or love all of them. I think I pretty much love all of them. Izzy, Maya, Jace, Clary, Magnus, Alec, yeah, Jesus, just all love them. There's not one that is... It's so hard ranking Shadowhunters characters because I love them all so much. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that it did have to end so suddenly, but at least they got the ending. They were able to create, basically, was it like a 2-hour finale, I want to say, to actually wrap everything up. But there's still some things where I was just like, oh, they could have done so much more with that if they just had a 4th season. So it is very unfortunate still. I'm still salty about it being cancelled, but it is what it is. And season 3 ended very, very strong. Not perfect, though, again, with some bits in there that I was a bit like, oh, come on. So I think it's, again, more towards the first part of it. But they kind of got that sorted very quickly. Again, I don't want to spoil it, I don't want to spoil any of these. But they got that sorted very quickly and then really got along with the season. But I miss it. I really do miss it. So at number 7 we have Sex Education Season 1. Very surprised by the show. I wasn't too sure at the first couple of episodes. I was like, I thought the acting was good, production looked good. But again, I think it was maybe the characters that I was a bit unsure on. And then by the end, I loved, kind of like Shadowhunters, basically loved majority of the characters. And I'm very excited for Season 2. Season 2 actually comes out in about 20 days. So I'll obviously be reacting to that as well. But yeah, I think this was just one of those surprises. Like, I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. Because again, it is a very simple story. Don't like the title of the show, Sex Education. Ugh. But it deserves a better title than that. At number 6 we have Elite Season 2. So good, so good. The characters are just incredible. I feel like I've said that for the past 3 now, but the characters in Elite are no different. I have all my ships kind of in the show. I just love them. There was actually a new ship in this season that I didn't expect. Again, not going to spoil it. And fell in love with those two, surprisingly, because one of the people from that ship I did not care for at all in Season 1. He was actually the weakest character. And then in Season 2, he was one of the best characters, which was super weird and threw me off guard. But the storyline was kind of enhanced a lot more from Season 1, and you know, things were kicking off, and that cliffhanger in the finale, like, got to wait however long for Season 3. But yeah, it's a really fun show, and it's like a lot of people say this, and I've said it in the reactions as well, but kind of having Gossip Girl mixed with How to Get Away with Murder, boom, Elite, just super good fun. So at number 5, I've spoken about the show already, but Buffy Season 2, and Season 3 would probably be above Season 2 actually. Like, if I did finish Season 3 this year, this would probably just be above this one, maybe above number 4 actually, I don't know. Season 3 has been insane, but Season 2, I did not finish Season 3, so Season 2, said what I need to say about Buffy. This just made, it kind of got rid of that episodic feel, actually had a main structure to it, and it is that teen drama, but it is one of the best teen dramas I've ever watched. I love it, and I'm only 3 seasons in, or 2 seasons and a half, like I'm not even close to finishing it, and I adore it. Again, it's those characters just keep coming back and getting you in the feels. Buffy, I adore her, and Xander's really grown on me a lot, especially in Season 3, but Season 2 he grew on me a lot. Angel, Spike, Willow as well. Willow kind of took a bit longer for me, but Willow, Giles, they're so good, so iconic. So I'm surprised it took me so long to get to this show, but I'm so glad I did. I adore it. At number 4 we have Druk Season 3. I miss this show, but it's been renewed, weirdly. Like, it was so random. Druk was just like, oh yeah, Season 5's coming out now, even though we said Season 4 was the last season. And speaking of which, I've just realised I did not put Scam Italia Season 3 or Druk Season 4 on this list. Season 4 would be down, and Scam Italia would be a bit further down. I do apologise for that, actually. Just completely blanked. But Druk Season 3 felt like the relationship was so good and so different. Like, it went down a storyline I did not expect, because you watch these Scam remakes and you do kind of, you know, especially if you watch all of them, you know they have that same storyline in the state, but they just do it differently, what really works. But Druk Season 3 did it super differently, not just because of that one thing that was different, but there was other things going on that was what I did not expect, and the acting was incredible. He's my favourite Izak character, Mateo is, so that was really cool to, you know, have a full season of him, because he was always one that intrigued me in Season 2, Mateo was, but having a full season with him was super enjoyable, and my favourite Izak character for sure. I'm surprised it's got a 76% on Tracked, I've just noticed, so I gave it a 9. Oh well, but I'm excited to see what they do with Season 5. It said different, like, characters? I don't know what they meant. Some people are thinking that there's going to be different characters in the 5th season, but I hope not. I really want to see some with Kiki. Not gonna lie. Fingers crossed. Top 3. You've probably guessed a couple of these. No, you could have guessed all 3 of these maybe if you've been around on the channel. But number 3, we have Anne with an E, Season 3. I haven't spoke about this show on the channel since it got cancelled, but yo, I am salty that I thought it'd be picked up by the end of the year. I was certain. I was like, yo, this is getting renewed. But it comes out on Netflix on the 3rd of Jan, so just binge and if you've seen Anne with an E Season 3 already, I don't care. Binge Anne with an E, then binge it again and again. Just keep showing Netflix like, yo, look at these numbers. They're doing a madness. And then Netflix will sit there on the little desk and be like, oh, yo, we kind of fucked up actually. And then they'll renew it. So, but no, Anne with an E, that aside with the cancellation thing, Season 3, best season so far. The only thing that I was like, it's so annoying as well because if it is the last season, then we didn't get as much with Marilla and Matthew as I wanted, because I was like, okay, we didn't get much of them in Season 3, but we'll have way more of them in Season 4, and we didn't, and then that was that. So Coquette as well, I felt like they didn't. I know the creator was saying this is how we wanted to end her storyline, but you could tell they were aiming for a Season 4 with that storyline. I know they're kind of saying they didn't, but nah, they needed more with Coquette. But that aside, again, like the storylines that they bought, because every season brings around a different kind of storyline, a different theme, and a different topic. If not every single episode is so well written and so beautifully acted. It's such a shame that if this is truly the last season, it's such a shame because there was so much more to tell, and it is one of the few shows where it does touch on so many different things, and Season 3 was no different. It was the best out of the 3 for sure. And I'm going to miss these characters. It's very unfortunate, but yeah, that is number 3 for me. At number 2, we have Euphoria Season 1. What can I say about Euphoria that I haven't said a billion times? Acting, insane. I love that every episode, or the start of every episode, kind of focused on a different character for like 10 minutes and gave you their entire backstory in 10 minutes, and then you went along with the episode. I felt like that was genius. And really made you care about the characters. We'll just use Zendaya's Rue as an example. Say the first 10 minutes of her story is like, okay, I care about Rue, let's get on with the episode. And then the next episode is like 10 minutes of this character, I care about them now, let's go on with their storyline. I felt like that was such a genius way to make you care about everyone. And no one, even though Rue was the main character, it felt like everyone was really involved as being the main character. The acting, dude, especially from Nate in the end, I think it was the finale where that scene happened, so good, and I am super excited for Season 2. It's going to take a while to come out, I think, but yeah, I was surprised by Euphoria because I got to it fairly late as well. I think I reacted to episode 1 just when the finale had aired, so I was super late with it, but I binged that show, and I planned on doing like 1 episode every 2 days or something, and I think I did the entire season in like 3 or 4 days. So yeah, incredible show. Can't wait for Season 2. At number 1, we finally got here. I think it took like 10 hours to get here, but at number 1, I gave the final season to this a 10 out of 10. I just adore it. But Avatar, The Last Airbender. Oh my god, and I've also realised I didn't put Legend of Korra Season 1 and 2 on here. But alas, I've missed out a lot of shows. I didn't go through everything. But Avatar, The Last Airbender is my favourite show that I have watched / reacted to this year. Yes, I started Season 1 in 2018, but did finish Season 1, then finish Season 2 and 3 this year. Wow, that is how you end a show. I'm still not over it. It's been half a year almost, I think, since I got to the finale of that, and I'm still not over it. And that Game of Thrones should have took note. That is how you end a show. And I think that's what really just set it in stone as being the best show that I've watched this year, because I think either way it would have been top 5, because let's put the final 4 episodes aside, the entirety of Season 3 was just incredible. It felt like the villains, it felt like the stakes were super high. If we're talking about the entirety of the show, Seasons 1, 2 and 3, there's only about 3 or 4 episodes that I didn't get along too well with. And out of, how many is there, like 62 episodes, that is insane. To have 4 episodes that you just got, none of those episodes as well were awful, like unwatchable garbage. They were just kind of like, you could tell they were nowhere near as better as the others. So to say that, and then you have like a handful of 2 handfuls of 10 out of 10 episodes in this show, I adore it. I miss it, and I'm actually excited for the live action Netflix show. I know some people are very skeptical about that, but I'm excited because I think a lot of this stuff could look really cool. I say really cool as live action, and then they have the Last Airbender film that I still have not watched. I need to react to that at some point, but I just can't bring myself to do it. So I say that, but I don't know. I feel like because it is the original creators coming back, and it is Netflix as well, so they'll have such a high budget for it. I feel like it could really work. I'm not saying it'll be on the level as this. There's no way it really can be. Yeah, this was the best show. Avatar: The Last Airbender was the best show that I watched in 2019. And that's just all 3 seasons packaged in one. Because without a doubt, you could take them out, but they'd still be pretty much up there. I feel like it's fairly pointless. So yeah, shows that I missed, like I said, I realised Legend of Korra seasons 1 and 2 would have been around the middle somewhere. Scamatalia season 3 would have been higher in the middle, I'd say. And then Druk season 4 would have been middle. I'd say all of them were around the middle, but I do apologise if I missed some shows. I didn't get everything on here. I was like scrolling through and it took a while to even just compile this list, so I think I just missed a few things here and there. But thank you so much for watching these, guys. So top 5, as I said, Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 2, Druk season 3, and with an E season 3, Euphoria season 1, and Avatar: The Last Airbender 1, 2, and 3. Just the entire show was beautiful. This has been such a good year. I'm also going to do the top 25 films that I watched this year, as well as top 10 games that I played this year. Oh, and then year in review as well. I'm going to do that, and then goals, like in the same video, do goals for 2020. But as of recording this, it's just been an insane year. We're almost at the end. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see what shows we react to in 2020, and we'll do this again next year. Even though I don't expect these to do super well in views and stuff, but it's just enjoyable for me to kind of go over them and remind myself of what we kind of watched. Let me know what your kind of favourite show out of this list is, or your favourite reaction series that we kind of did on the channel. And yeah, I'll see you in 2020. Until then, peace.